Welcome to Cooking with Kenny. Let's make some food. Welcome to Cooking with Kenny. Of course, that's my name. Tonight we'll be preparing a meal. It's a seared salmon with a sherry wine sauce. I usually cook for myself, but tonight I'm actually going to bring in a guest. This is my friend Joe.
Hey Ken.
Joe, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Welcome to Cooking with Kenny.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Had a feast planned.
I'm hungry, so I'm ready for it. What do we got going on today?
I'm going to be preparing you a seared salmon with a sherry wine sauce. So it's good. It's very easy to make.
Okay.
All right, and it's healthy.
Okay. Most important.
Most important. But before I get in that, can I get you a beer?
Love a beer, please. It's a nice place you got here too, by the way, Ken.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I was curious. Do you usually cook by yourself? I mean, cook for yourself, or you cook for somebody else?
You know what? I really don't get a chance to cook for myself or for someone else.
Yeah.
The reasons being is that I usually live off the McDonald's Portillo's diet, and I don't really have time.
You know that's not good, right?
I know that's not good, but that's all I can do. But I don't have the time, the money, and most importantly, the know-how. So I'm hoping to learn something from you tonight, Ken.
Well, what I'm going to make it for you is actually inexpensive. You know?
All right.
And it's healthy. But here, let me show you the ingredients I'm going to be preparing.
All right.
Main focus: we have a 7-ounce piece of salmon, complemented with some sliced shallots. I prefer sliced shallots over yellow onion because it's a little bit sweeter, along with some diced fresh garlic, chicken stock to help bring out the flavor of the fish, white balsamic vinegar. I have some sherry cooking wine, unsalted butter, and to finish it off, I have some bow-tie cooked pasta. Does that sound good, Joe?
That sounds delicious.
Let's get this going, man.
Let's cook this up.
Right now, I'm searing salmon. Most important thing about searing salmon, you do not want to move the salmon. You want to leave it in place for at least a minute so it caramelizes at the bottom of the fish. Right now I'm going to flip the salmon. As you can see, I have a nice sear on the bottom from not moving the fish. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to sear the bottom of the fish, the back side of the fish. I'm going to let it sear for about a minute. Get out of the pan. I'm going to let it sit on a plate. I'm going to let it cook it in its juices, let the juices form inside of the salmon. Right now it's cooked about medium. And I'm going to add my remaining ingredients to the pan. What I'm going to be adding first, I'm going to add my shallots. What I want to do is, I want to saute them. You know, sweat them in the fat from the fish. Alright, sweat those first before you add your garlic. Because you don't want your garlic to burn. You don't want it to ruin the flavor of the dish. So you let that cook for about 15 to 20 seconds on medium-high heat. So I'm going to add my diced fresh garlic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that saute, cook, and sweat for about 20 seconds, you know, on medium-high heat. Again, you do not want the garlic to burn because it will make the sauce very bitter. So we let that cook for about 15 to 20 seconds. While that's cooking, we want to grab a white balsamic vinegar and a sherry wine. We want to add it at once. And what you're going to do is, you're going to let that cook. You bring up all that flavor from the bottom of the pan, from the salmon, because that's what's making the flavor in the dish. Okay, once that cooks down a little bit, you can turn up the flame just a little bit to about, to about high, so it starts to reduce. Chicken stock. Now remember, I'm adding the chicken stock because it's going to help bring out the flavor of the fish and the sauce. Very important. They've been sauteing for about 30 seconds. I added my white balsamic vinegar. I added my sherry cooking wine. I added my chicken stock. Now in about 10 seconds, this is going to be done reducing. Actually, you know what? It's actually done right now. I'm going to take my butter. I'm going to add my butter. This is very important. This is a very important step of the whole meal. You want to make sure you have a consistent stir. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is the butter is going to separate from the vinegar. So you want to do a consistent stir. You know, mix up the butter a little bit in the pan. Like so. Just do a consistent stir, and you don't stop until the butter is completely disintegrated. Just like so. Yeah, roll it. That smells good. That's good. That's gonna work. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cook for about 30 seconds on high heat, just to let it reduce just a little bit. Take it off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add my bow tie pasta. I'm going to do a swirl. A little toss, you know, a little toss. Not necessary if you're not too sure how to do it. I'm going to take this, I'm going to lay it right over my plate. You can see how thick, you know, the butter's, you know, the butter and the wine. Oof. Right now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be adding the salmon to the plate, and to finish it off, I'm going to add some parsley. How about the color?
Presentation's key.
Presentation's the most important thing. Also, it's eye appeal. Eye appeal is so important.
That's half the battle right there.
Tree texture, tree flavor, tree color.
It looks outstanding.
Good feast. Try it out.
You gotta try this out right here. Let's try this.
What do you think?
That's money, man.
Pretty easy,
it's
huh?
so good. It's so
It's
good.
simple. It's delicious.
I can't believe you prepared that dish in the time that you got.
Yeah.
And with the ingredients that you I really feel like I learned something from it. I don't think you're gonna shake your hand.
Sure. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, it's delicious. Oh, thanks a lot, man. That's great. Oh.
I finished this seared salmon with cherry wine sauce, complemented with a nice bow tie pasta. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time when I prepare black pepper seared salmon with a nice French au poivre sauce.
Oh yeah. Anyway, just roll with it, John. Basically, hey, how's your dish over there? There's no room for words. That's good stuff. I'm a finicky eater. I said it once, and I'll say it again. I love cooking, Johnny. Yeah, but there's no way tonight. I'm starving. Dining room lamp is mad.
Now what I want to know is who's doing the fucking dishes.
You are, seriously.
I'll do them.